The following is a presentation of Manatee Schools Television in association with TV production teachers and students.
Welcome everybody to the MSTV Game of the Week. We're here at Parrish High School for the Braden River Pirates and the Parrish Bulls. I'm Chris Comboy bringing you the action tonight with Hall of Fame coach Paul Meckley. We've got two teams, coach, that are coming off of really demoralizing losses last week. One, Parrish getting beat by 30 by their district foe Palmetto and crosstown rival north of the river. And Braden River getting running clock put on them by Bayshore. What's going to have to happen tonight for one of these teams to come out on top?
Well, let's start with the visiting team tonight. 2 weeks ago, we had the Braden River Pirates in a game, and they were the beneficiaries of 3 second-half turnovers by the Lakewood Ranch Mustangs, or by the defense for the Pirates, and that enabled them to go out and finish the second half and win that ball game. Then last week, the tables were turned as the Braden River Pirates decided to be the people that turned it over, as they turned it over at least 5 times in that football game, 2 of them being pick sixes and a fumble return for a touchdown. For the hometown Parrish Bulls, they're going to have to rely on their quarterback, Bryson Foley, and their running back, Jacoby Thomas, to gain yards for them and move the ball both on the ground and in the air to come back from the game that they played last week over at Palmetto.
Yeah, Parrish really struggled offensively and defensively last week in a game that most people had Parrish favored, and they basically just, as Coach said, Coach Clark said, they just could not get off the field on third down. Palmetto ran at them, got first downs. Then Palmetto was able to get a lot of 3-and-outs from the Parrish Bulls. They ended up only rushing for, I believe, 29 yards on the game. A lot of the yards they got was late in the game, was very decided, and they scored the late score to make it 38-8. Like you said, Braden River at times against Bayshore, offense was running the ball very well. The offensive line looked good, but they could not hold on to the ball. We had a little rainstorm in the middle of the game. I think that contributed. But Bayshore was playing in that same rainstorm, and they did not turn it over like that, and that was the difference. So those same Bruins last night were 51-7 winners over an IMG State team, which is the third IMG team. The second IMG team will be over, the junior national team will be over at Hawkins Stadium tonight at Joe Canan Field playing Manatee. We'll try to get you some scores from other games. Palmetto will be facing Calvary Christian, a team that you and I are both familiar with from our time at Cardinal Mooney, being in a district with them. So we'll see a score there. That hopefully at some point in this game we'll get some scoring updates for you as well. It looks like Parrish is getting ready to kick off here. We're ready to kick off. The Braden River Pirates will go on offense first.
Regarding that game last week, talking about the Parrish Bulls, they only snapped the ball 38 times. They had 21 rushing attempts and 17 rushing attempts and 21 passing attempts. So you don't get enough time to get things going, and that is due to what you said, not getting off the field on third down.
Yeah, 39, and that keeps the other defense fresh. It keeps your defense tired and makes it very difficult. So handling the kickoff duties for Parrish is number 35 for the Parrish Bulls, looks like. Or 36, Connor Samblis. Connor Samblis, 36, will be kicking off. Back deep for the Braden River Pirates are Garvin and Paul. Let's see, number 2,
Anquan
Polanese and Jovan Garvin are the deep men for Braden River, waiting for the official signal to go here. Both teams are lined up. They're trying to get them to reset the clock and get it started. They want to start early. I think we're going to get that 1 minute off of there.
Connor Samblis is a sophomore kicker who will also be handling the punting chores for the Bulls from Parrish this evening.
Now, Parrish was undefeated going into the Palmetto game and really had not been tested. A lot of blowout victories. They beat Bayshore 40-0. So they were not challenged. That was the first time that they were really challenged. And in a game. They'll have another big game coming up in 2 weeks against Leonard in that 3-team district. I think it's 3-team, might be 4.
But Braden River getting the football first, it's going to be interesting to see who the tailback is for them tonight. Last week they had a great performance by junior David Lewis, who ended up having carried the ball 15 times for over 150 yards. Unfortunately, he turned it over one time, and that it resulted in a turnover for a touchdown. But he is the workhorse for the Braden River Pirates if he is healthy.
Yeah, David Lewis, we heard battling a little bit of illness this week, and we're not sure how much he's going to be able to play or if he will play. In talking to the Braden River coaches before the game, they've used also Garvin, we saw in the Lakewood Ranch game a lot at tailback. So here we go, and Parrish kicks it away. It's a good kick back to about the 3, and it's taken by Polynice, and he's one of their favorite guys to get the ball, Braden River. He takes it out of bounds about the 23 for 20-yard return. He's their guy they like to get the ball to on the screens and the jet sweeps. He's their athlete. They like to get the ball to him in space. So they're going to come out from the 23-yard line here after a 20-yard return. Good coverage and a good kick from Sambliss. Did you say he was a sophomore, Coach?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good kick for a sophomore.
It'll be junior Lou Desinor coming out to play quarterback and trying to do a little bit better than he did last week, where he suffered a couple of interceptions in some untimely situations. He's got 3 touchdown passes on the year, 40 for 77 yards, and he's going in the backfield with number 9 back there with him tonight.
Garvin.
Starting, Giovanni.
Yeah, he looked much better against Lakewood Ranch when we had him a couple of weeks ago than he did against Bayshore last week. I think he struggled a little against Bayshore. We'll see what Braden River does here right off the bat. First play, they're going to try to throw first play, and they got a hitch out. Looks like Hicks, number 7, with the reception. Or Dixon, I'm sorry, Trey Dixon. And it's a 9-yard gain, and that's a good safe throw. He didn't have to think about it. To try to get Desinor, like you were saying, get him feeling comfortable right away after he struggled last week. That was a good call, I think, there from Braden River.
Good way to start the game and gain some confidence.
Yeah, get him some confidence, get his feet wet. They go trips to the right, and he's going to roll out to the right. He's throwing again, and he goes to the flat. Polson, the wing tight end, number 4, makes the catch. Jake Polson. We've seen him even play a little defense, but he's a big part of their offense. They move him around from a connected tight end to an H-back to a wing to a slot.
Another very good safe play before the quarterback sprinting him out to his right side, getting him the third receiver out in the flat.
Now this
flood route.
This Parrish defense, they feature big number 4, Caleb Exum, who some of the area coaches tell me might be the best prospect in the area. On the defense line, another hitch. Nice catch by Sinelli on the sideline. Number 1, Nick Sinelli, making a nice catch out there. Ball was a little wide. He reached out, kept his feet in bounds, made the catch.
Picked up 5 yards, so that's a tremendous start for the Pirates from Braden River as they've gone to the air here tonight. 3 out of 3 for Desinor. He has probably come close to equaling the number of passes that he completed last week.
Yeah,
already on this first drive.
I was going to say that might be what he completed last week. He looks like a different player, but he has not had to make any decisions, and that's good for a young quarterback. And get him out there and get him easy throws, not sitting in the pocket and putting him in pressure for a long period. There you go again. That one's overthrown. Same idea. Looking for Polson in the flat. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
Just overthrew his receiver on that one. He had done so well on those first 3 passes.
Hey, let me know if they're getting hype or cheers.
So here's a first 3rd down. Coach Clark was emphasizing getting off the field when we talked to him before the game. So here's a test right here: 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, long 4. And at midfield, these are one of the ones you got to get to stop and get the ball back if you don't want to end up with 39 plays again. So we'll see what Parrish does. They're going to bring pressure, and Maxwell jumps off sides, and it's going to be, I think, a first down. It's going to be close. They're going to step it off.
What the Sigma, Parrish?
And it will be a first down. They're signaling first down. So there it is.
I paid tuition.
There's got to be, Coach Clark has got to be beside himself after so much what he talked about getting off the field. And the first opportunity they get to get off the field, they jump off sides. They were bringing pressure, though.
Marquis Maxwell, I said earlier in the game, he might be the difference maker playmaker making penetration through that offensive line of the Braden River Pirates. They were bringing him off the edge that time, and he just got into that neutral zone for an infraction.
Yeah, we saw him last year making a difference in games on offense and defense as a running back, backing up as a backup running back last year. Here comes jet sweep, Polonese. He's running backwards, trying to get to the outside, and they got it well defended. They stretch it out and take him out of bounds for probably a loss of 1, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. He had to fight to get back to the line of scrimmage, but.
So that was the first running attempt by the Pirates this evening.
Somebody has stayed down on the field over on, there's a player down on the Braden River sideline, a Braden River player.
Taking knees there. Now
can't see who it is.
Look into something different.
Find out what the issue is.
Look at something different.
It is Polonese. Yeah, he's slow to get up. He's in the white of the sideline there. So we got 10:22 left right now. Braden River, little drive going here. They're going to have 2nd and 10, maybe 11. I can't. Because of the injury, we haven't seen where they actually spotted the ball yet. Yeah, he's up and moving on his own here.
That first wide running play got them right at the gain of about a half yard, or loss of a half yard, it looks like.
Yeah,
lost a yard, so the first rushing play got them negative yards.
They moved the first down markers with it for some reason, but it looks like maybe that was just where they were. So 2nd and 10, and now Braden River might have to throw as they get 2nd and 10. We haven't, and they're going to roll out same play they ran earlier, and he's looking for the. Oh, he sticks it into a small window to Sinelli. Nice catch. That was a dangerous throw there. Number 5 for Parrish. The Viper safety, Denver McDonald, came up and almost had himself a pick there. I think it was 5. That ball just got through to Sinelli and made a nice catch.
That was a 16-yard completion thrown like a rocket there by Lou Desenard.
That might be the most velocity we've seen from him in 3 games. And that was into a tight window. So it's 1st and 10. Braden River keeps rolling. They got trips to the left. High snap, and they give off to Garvin. Good hole. Ball comes out. And a Braden River offensive lineman recovers it. 70, looks like, he got 72, I believe. Recovers it.
That was the first carry for Garvin. I'm sure the Braden River Pirate coaching staff was concerned there when they saw that gain and then saw the ball go on the ground and thinking about what happened last week with the number of turnovers.
They almost started it up again. Yeah, it was a really good game. The offensive line did a good job. 72, that's Dylan Stevens, who was following the play and recovered the fumble. That's why you run to the ball on offense and defense, right, Coach? The ball comes out, you never know. He's back to pass. He's going to throw a bubble out to Polonese. He goes back inside, gets about 2 or 3 yards. He's going to come up a yard short, so here's another 3rd down for Coach Dylan Clark's Parrish Bulls.
Lou Desenard has done a good job so far on his drive, controlling the clock, controlling the football.
And I think Jason Green's done a good job controlling him with the play calls and what we've seen so far. Not putting too much on him and giving him some good, safe, easy throws to make early to try to get his confidence back.
Now they're definitely in the 4-down territory where if they don't get it on this down, they're going to go for it again as long as they don't get in.
And we have not seen David Lewis, so I'm assuming that we're going to get a timeout from Braden River here. So they couldn't decide on the personnel there. So it's with 8:07 left in the first quarter. Braden River's driving. And David Lewis, I'm looking for him on the sideline. I haven't seen him. He may not even be dressed out. They said he was pretty ill. So, no, he is, and he's coming in. I think he's coming in the game right now. Let's see if that's him. No, he's walking back out. He's trying to get in.
This is a drive that is consumed almost 4 minutes on the clock and 50 yards, and that has kept the football out of the hands of the Parrish Bulls.
It looks a lot like last Friday night for Parrish, that they were not able to get off the field on 3rd downs, and they did not have the ball in their hands very much as Palmetto just methodically ran it up and down the field.
Parrish is experiencing something different. This time the ball is being thrown in short little passes to gain those first downs.
3rd and 1. We're going to give it to Garvin. He's hit in the backfield by Exum and thrown down for a 3-yard loss. It's going to be a 4th down and 4 now from the 20-yard or 30-yard line. I don't know if that's in field goal range for Esteban Benjus. So they're going to go for it on 4th down here.
Exum leads the Parrish Bulls in sacks, and that time he got another one of those tackles behind the line of scrimmage this time.
TFL, tackle for loss. Big penetration there, and Garvin had nowhere to go. I think you're going to see him roll to the right here and run that same play. They've had success twice on this drive already. Here he comes, and it is the same play, and he's going to be sacked.
Yes! Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Tackle made there by number 21, Markian Maxwell, who broke through the line of scrimmage for a sack on the quarterback on Desenar and a big, huge loss.
Yeah, on a 4th down, and I usually you say the quarterback has to throw it away, but I don't know if he had time to throw it away. Maxwell was there so quick. He timed it up. We saw him jump off sides earlier, and he just timed that up and came flying into the backfield untouched and in the quarterback's face by the time he took 2 steps on the rollout. And instead of getting some points out of that long drive, they turn it over at the 41 to the Parrish Bulls offense. And senior quarterback Bryson Vols, his dad was the offense coordinator last year, has stepped away. Seth Varnador now serving in that capacity. But Vols is running the ball more this year than he did in the past. He hits a man on a slant. Number 13, Tricano, on the catch.
Pickup of about 16 yards on the play by Vols, and Tricano on that connection.
Tricano is a nephew of somebody from your past, Coach. Dave Marino, now the offensive line coach at Carla Mooney, been a long time Southeast assistant back in the 90s. Parrish, and they're going to throw a hitch out to Tricano here in the second play. He makes one guy miss and gets out of bounds. He's down to about the 33. So 2 plays, and Parrish is knocking on the door here with 2 completions to Tricano for Vols. We mentioned the Parrish has become more of a passing team this year. Like last year they were 74% run, and this year they're 51% run, so they're very balanced this year. Part of that is Vols's development as quarterback, and they've allowed him to do more. And they're going to run, and
Jacoby Thomas, number 32, was the ball carrier.
Tackled by Garvin, playing both ways now, the tailback, and we haven't seen him play.
That was
David Lewis. That's David Lewis playing defense now.
Number 6 was in there, and he made the tackle there. We sure weren't expecting to see him on the defensive side of the ball.
Coach Farmer mentioned he was a DN last year before they moved him to running back.
That is correct.
So he's getting a little defensive play here. That's a gain of 1. It's 2nd and 9 for Parrish. He gives it Jacoby again. This time he's wrapped up right away in the backfield for a loss by number 23. Caden Parker.
Middle linebacker Caden Parker came in there and made the tackle and sets up a 3rd and 10.
Loss of 2. 3rd and 10, maybe 3rd and 11. It's behind the sticks a little bit over there. So now you get Parrish in a most likely passing situation, but also 4-down territory, I would imagine, inside the 35, unless they want to take a shot at a field goal. Based on the kickoff, I would assume he's got the leg to maybe attempt a field goal from here in this range. And they're going to throw the slant again. He completes it to Chicano, and he makes a guy miss, and he's going to drag him into the end zone for a touchdown. Parrish Bulls. Bryson Vols to Brandon Chicano.
For a 34-yard touchdown pass.
34-yard touchdown pass, and the Bulls go up 6-0. You can see the replay here. Chicano has got a dragging the defender in the end zone. I know the coaches might not be happy with the ball security there.
For Tricano, that is his 4th touchdown pass on the season. He is the 2nd leading receiver for the Bulls from Parrish High School. He came into the ball game with 18 receptions for 325 yards, and in the first quarter he already has 3 catches and a total of 70 yards.
Connor Samblis with the extra point is good right down the middle, and Parrish takes the lead 7-0 with 5:08 left. We're going to take a break right now. We'll be right back after this. Okay, we're back here at Parrish High School with 5:08 left in the first quarter. Parrish struck fast and scored there, and I don't know if Braden River's going to have any answers to that on the defensive side of the ball.
The ability to get an explosive play in that particular case, 34 yards for a touchdown, is something that we haven't had a chance to see very much from the Braden River Pirates. They have to move the ball methodically down the field like they were in that first drive where they had about probably 9 plays and consumed 4 minutes on the clock, but unfortunately they were stopped on that 4th down play, and that gave the Parrish Bulls the enthusiasm and the energy to flip the field real quickly with a couple passes to Tricano.
And we've talked about it many times how difficult it is for a high school team to have a 10, 12, 14 play drive, which is what it seems it takes for Braden River sometimes, and execute and not have a mistake. And there's a deep kick, and they did not have a man back. They didn't have 11 men on the field, but it goes in the end zone. So it looks like number 2, who got hurt earlier, did not come back out for kickoff return, and there was no sub in there. And that's right where Samblis kicked it, and it just went into the end zone. Good kick by Samblis. Looks like he's got a good leg for a 10th grader.
He's been successful on 13 out of his 14 extra points this year. He hasn't made any. I think he's 0 for 3 on his field goal attempts, but he does a good job by forcing the Braden River Pirates to begin this drive on their 20-yard line.
And if you can do that against a team that can't make big plays, that means they've got to execute 11 or 12, 13 plays in a row, and that's very unlikely. So we'll go out here now. Braden River will have their second possession of the night. They had a little success moving the ball and couldn't capitalize on it, though. At 5:08 left in the first quarter. The clock did not start because the ball was never touched by a
The all-important question is who's playing the tailback position in this series.
Yeah, look, you got illegal motion, got people moving. It's going to go against the offense, and this is kind of what we saw last week against Bayshore, Coach. The wheels kind of coming off of Braden River here.
Looks like number 7 may be playing.
I think it's Garvin. I think it's 9.
Is it?
I believe so. It's hard to see him, but I think it is. He's looking deep. He had Polson hit his hands. He was well covered, though. Good defense there by number 11 for Parrish. Caden Clarkin listed as a receiver, but good play there.
That was again I think that time Desenar was forced out of the pocket and rolled to his right and found his receiver down there who he's made connections with frequently throughout the season, but this time was very well defended.
It might have been number 0 there on defense. Looked like he had 2 ones there, but that's Juan Miguel. Good luck with that one, Coach. Janawa Tordesillas. He goes into the flats for completion.
5-yard completion there to Garvin.
Garvin gets the penalty yardage back at least, and plus a little more. So it's 3rd and 9, 3rd and long for Braden River. We've seen the last 3 weeks, not a good situation. They need to be staying ahead of the chains if they want to have any chance of succeeding. And here they go on 3rd and 9, and you know that Parrish is going to be pinning back their ears and coming after Desenor, and here they come, and he's in trouble, and he steps up and looks downfield. He throws over the middle. He's got Sinelli. Nice catch for a 1st down, and he's hit and taken down at the 35. Not really nice play by Desenor. I think that's the stepping up into the pocket and keeping his eyes downfield and finding Sinelli, and Sinelli made a nice catch. Wasn't an easy catch, and got extra yardage on it. That was the previous play that got the 6-yard gain there.
Sinelli, a sophomore baseball player, picked up 15 on that. That was maybe one of the best plays.
I think he's a senior, Sinelli, I believe. Yeah.
That was one of the better plays we've seen Desenar make, stepping up into the pocket.
Yeah, he is a senior.
That picked up a 1st down, gets him out of their own shadow. They're going.
Yep, 1st and 10. They're going to run the ball to the right side. Garvin. Good hold, good gain. And he's still driving, leg drive, hanging on to the pile and driving him about 7 yards. Oh, that was Lewis is in now?
Yep.
Okay, we got Lewis, and he is playing on offense. That's good. David Lewis, my bad.
Carried the ball and moved the pile there with a number of the Braden River Pirates assisting in driving the pile a little bit further.
I guess they let him. I guess they let him play a little defensive end, and he felt good, so they let him play some offense now. He stays in there at tailback. It's Lewis again to the right side, turns up into the pile, gains maybe one. Now they're going to spot it right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 3. And here we go, another big 3rd down situation. Parrish couldn't get off on the last 3rd and long, 3rd and 9. Braden River converted it. And now you got a 3rd and 3 in there.
The Bulls' defensive front there between Sparks and Exum and we're there to could have put a stop to that game. Zoom is right over the center this time.
This time they're going to throw out in the flats. Nobody's blocking out there. Big hit by number 2, Alex Eldridge, for a big loss. It's going to be 4th down. Yeah, that one, they threw a bubble and nobody touched the defender. They're lucky it didn't turn into a pick 6.
Kerry Peacock was the receiver on there, and unfortunately for him, nobody blocked anybody out there, and that was a gain of 0 and setting up a 4th down for the Pirates.
So Esteban Ben-Jude will punt it away. Like Tricano back 13, I believe.
And up close is Jacoby Thomas, the running back.
Ben-Jude gets away a line drive, and it's going to bounce end over end. Tricano picks it up. And
he's got a little exciting nature about him. When
he
gets
is.
the ball, he likes
looks like the tackle was made by number 24 for Braden River.
He enjoys holding the ball with one hand as he's advancing.
I was thinking the same thing. Ethan Cow on the tackle. As a coach, you and I both noticed that and cringe. That turns into a lot of turnovers sometimes.
It's the young nature of student athletes in today's day and age.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of brown leather out there when he has the ball in his hand. It's not exactly high and tight that they like to teach it.
He has been productive so far tonight with 3 catches for 70 yards and a touchdown.
He's been very productive. He's been productive, I believe, all year.
Yep. He leads the receiving corps with 4 touchdowns on the season.
So now Parrish is going to run this time. Thomas makes a little jump cut, makes one guy miss, and gets about 3 or 4 yards out of what looked like nothing. Good run.
Tackle made there by number 24, Ethan Kao.
Just made the tackle on the punt as well.
Picked up about 4 or 5.
I'd say he got 4 there. They got to get to the 46-yard line for first down. Ball sits on the 40. It's 2nd and 6. I'm a PE major, but I think that was 4. That Foles gives off again, running to the left this time. He's got room outside. Good blocking on the perimeter by the receivers. Tries to make it cut and slips. Thomas, 32 on the run. Good run. Well blocked. Well designed play. It's going to be first down Parrish at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Clock is running down, and that should do it for the first quarter. Parrish may want to run one more play. There's 24 seconds. Depending on how long it takes to line up here. This may be the last play of the first quarter. 1st and 10. Vols is back, and we got whistles on the snap.
Probably the end
Timeout
of the quarter.
by Braden River right before the snap.
Or was it the end of the quarter?
No, they signaled timeout to Braden River. 8.2 seconds left in the quarter.
I think what happened was that was the first time that the Parrish Bulls had shown 2-by-2 set with both pair of wideouts extremely wide.
Yeah, watching film, they do that a lot, and usually they run out of it because teams will go out and try to defend it. from put 2 defenders over each and leave 7 in the box. And
Braden River probably wasn't quite prepared for that, and they thought rather than suffer the consequences of not having somebody cover, it was going to be better to call a timeout.
I'm okay with that in the first half. You can't save them. They don't carry over. Might as well use them instead of risking maybe giving up a touchdown.
And as it turned out, it appeared as though Vols was going to throw deep.
Yes.
Now they come out with 2 tight ends and a wideout to each side.
Yes, and it's 1st and 10 here with 8 seconds left in the quarter. And they're going to run the ball right up the middle of Thomas. And he's got good yardage there, another 4. There's not gaping holes. It looks like he's just running in behind his pads, and they're getting a little bit of push, and he's getting 4 yards every time. And that's kind of what Palmetto did to Parrish last week in little 4-yard increments.
Before the game tonight, I was alerted to the fact that Jacoby Thomas is the son of one of the former Southeast Seminole running backs, Brian Thomas. Brian was in the crowd and mentioned it to me, and a shout out to him. And the run before this, when he gained about 12 yards going to the outside, kind of reminded me of BT running.
I was going to
say,
is there any resemblance?
Quick, and he stayed and did the thing that we try to teach young running backs to do, and that's to run from the hash mark to the numbers to the sidelines. So often, young running backs with quickness have had success playing in youth league football, and they want to cut back against the grain, and he used his God-given speed to stay outside and pick up that first down.
What year was BT at Southeast?
Coach, those aren't good questions anymore.
80s, 90s? You got a decade at least?
I'm going to say late 90s, early 2000s. I'll check with him at halftime.
No, McPherson been his quarterback now? Chris Hart? All right, we go in the other direction now. Second quarter, they start off running right. Big hole to the right. He's got receivers blocking on the outside. What you just talked, he's staying outside, hash number sideline, 10-yard gain. It's going to be a first down, 11-yard gain. I think, they're marking it right at 10. So 10-yard gain, but he got the first down. They're moving the sticks. And
a little outside zone play there, and the wide receiver, number 10, was able to get a shield block. Ashton Fisher enabled him to get out to the corner and use his speed to pick up that first down.
Yeah, there was just a really good push from the right side of the line, that offensive line for Parrish, and it was Colton Williams, number 52, at that right tackle, looked like, and that right side of the line getting a big push, and now they're going to throw a bubble out to the left. And Tricano makes one guy miss. He's going down the sideline. He goes out of bounds. Big gain. Down to about the 22. That's more than likely an RPO there. They have a run play call, but if they have soft coverage on the outside, they have the option to throw that.
Gain of 17 on that one.
So it's 1st and 10. Parrish at the 22, and they're just starting to just have their way with Braden River's defense at this point.
It appears as though what their game plan is to try and keep the ball outside with their outside zone plays, and then throwing the passes to the perimeter as well, and see if the Pirates can run and catch them.
All right, we got 1st and 10 at the 32. We got motion from Parrish to a 2-by-2. They're going to run up the middle. Nope, Vols keeps it, and he runs up the middle. He gets hit hard at the 18-yard line, or 19-yard line. Gain of 3. Be 2nd and 7. On the zone read there. Inside zone looked like. Vols pulls it.
That's the first rush by Vols. Last week he may have been the leading ground gainer for the
I believe Vols. He had the most. He may have had the most carries too. They ran a lot with him last week, which I hadn't seen this year.
Bryson Vols is a left-handed quarterback.
Yes.
Two backs in the backfield.
Yeah, two back set with 3 wide receivers. And they're going to run a sweep to the right, a stretch to Thomas. He cuts underneath one block, gets a nice gain down to the 12 or 13-yard line, down to the 14, I'm sorry. And it's going to be 3rd and 2. It's like you said, they're attacking the outside seems to be the strategy here between the sweeps and the There's a good cut right there. Block number 10 again with another good block. You mentioned him earlier, Coach. Ashton Fisher doing a really good job doing the dirty work on the outside that a lot of the prima donna receivers don't like to do, and that's the difference between good teams and great teams is how those perimeter receivers block when they don't have the ball. And they're going to go throw it to Fisher and reward him with a touchdown. That was good play there, good call. He was coming off and blocking so much. He came off, looked like he showed his hands, and then just released by the defensive back for a wide open touchdown. And I love to see a receiver get rewarded after doing such a great job blocking.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
2 times he had done his yeoman's work as a receiver blocking on the perimeter, and that kind of set that up, that he was able to fake the run and then come back out and throw the pass to the wide open receiver in the end zone.
Vols will hold for Connor Sambliz as they attempt the extra point. It's up and good.
Oh, missed it.
No, he missed it. Wow, it looked like it was good from here. I guess we can't tell whether it's through the goalpost or not. With good contact. And first missed extra point of the year, I believe, right, for Sambliz?
Second.
Second
One.
Okay, that's right. He was 13 of 14. Yeah.
That's the third touchdown pass for Ashton Fisher this year. He's a 6'2", 180-pound junior wide receiver who now has 5 catches on the season, and he's making good on his 5 catches with 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm looking at him on the sideline. Out on the field, I didn't realize how big he was. He's a good-sized kid. Number 10, Ashton Fisher, doing a great job blocking, physical receiver out there. So it's 13-0 Parrish now, and Parrish is going to kick off. And the return men are only at the 20 for some reason. The kicks have been going close to the end zone. I don't know what's going on there. It's 13-0. Sambliz will kick off. Maybe I don't see any wind why they would be that short. And he kicks it to the goal line and into the end zone. I don't understand that.
That was midway through the end zone.
Yeah.
A very good kickoff by that sophomore kicker for the Bulls.
I think he took out a little frustration on a missed extra point on that kickoff. Had a little more distance than the first 2.
That's an adequate theory.
Yeah.
It's kind of like hitting a long drive after a 3-putt.
Yeah. Have you ever done that?
On occasion. On occasion. Not today, though.
So we get 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for Braden River, and it feels to me like if they don't do something this drive, that this game can get away from them in a hurry. Am I right, Coach?
Well, past history would kind of dictate that, but the thing that I was impressed with in the beginning of this football game was the patience with which Lou Desinor was completing passes, and we'll see how he's able to handle it this time around, and it's not so good on the first play.
Nope. And a helmet comes off. It looks like it's Desinor's. He'll have to go out for a play.
That was Caleb Exum on the tackle.
Yeah, it looked like a zone read. He pulled it, and there's nobody there.
That's the second time Exum has been in on a tackle, and both of them have been behind the line of scrimmage. One for -4 and that one for -1 yard. Now, we haven't seen a backup quarterback for the Braden River Pirates. This is the 3rd week that we have covered their contests. So it'll be interesting to see who the
backup
next man up is.
Looked like Zachary Bonish involved in that tackle as well, the linebacker who is leading the team in tackles for Parrish. Got 40 going into this game, 43 tackles, 10.8 tackles per game. They lost earlier in the year, or before the season started, a linebacker that they were counting on as well to an injury. And Bonish has stepped up and with the tackles totals, along with some of his teammates on that defense there, like Markeon Maxwell with his 30 tackles, and Denver McDonald, number 5, with 32 tackles. We saw him make a play earlier. So
they have Nicholas Sinelli listed as
the backup,
one of the original rosters we got as a quarterback. So we'll see. Does not look like he's the man. Could be Giovanni Garvin.
It's like 26 is in there as either a running back or the quarterback. So looks like Garvin's the quarterback.
26 is
Jaden
Jaden Morgan.
Yep. And that's going to go nowhere. It might be a penalty there. Very easily could have been a penalty on Parrish for slamming to the ground 12 yards behind where the whistle blew. Maxwell on the play. I think Parrish may have gotten away with one there. They wrapped him up for no gain. The whistles are blowing, and they keep driving him back here. You see Maxwell and
Alex Eldridge in on the play, the Wolf safety.
Wolf safety. May want to pull up a little on the whistle there. 9:18 remaining, 13-0 Parrish.
And is it Desenar back in at quarterback, or is it? Yes, it is.
And but it looks like Braden Rivers going backwards in this possession. I can't see the number of the quarterback. I think it's Desenar. 3rd and 12. It is Desenar. He's going to throw in the flat. He hits Polson up the sideline, and he gets the first down. He hit him at about 5 yards, and he was about 1 yard from the sideline, and he just tiptoed. He might be short. Let's see where they mark it. No, they give it to him. First down. Wow. That's got to drive Coach Clark crazy. All he talked about with us was getting off the field on 3rd downs. And that's a 3rd and 12. And you see him catch the ball in the flat here. And there's 1, 2 guys, 3 guys had a chance to maybe stop him from getting a first down as he tiptoed up the sideline. And he slips by them all and gets the first down.
After they had just tackled him for a 3-yard loss, setting up a 3rd and 13.
Yeah.
That is frustrating for a head coach.
Yeah. And what makes you feel a little better is you're up 13-0 when it happened, though. Not down 13-0. But so Parrish here on defense. Desenar is going to throw in the flats.
Completes it to number 7, Dixon.
Dixon makes Trey Dixon. Nice catch. Good, releases outside. Gets a few more yards. About a gain of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1. And when Desenar's gotten the ball out on time, he's looked pretty good. Look at a different quarterback than we've seen the last 2 weeks.
That's what he has to do. He can't sit back there and survey the field and
make
figure
multiple
out who
reads.
his second
Right.
or third, intended receivers are. He just has to get the ball, set your feet, and throw the rock.
Yeah. 2nd and 1. They're going to throw again here. He sets his feet. Now he's scrambling, pointing to throw it out of bounds. That was an intentional throwaway. It was a good play by him. It would have been a loss of 8 or 9 as Maxwell was chasing him out of the pocket there. Number 21 and big number 4, Exum.
Now it sets up that situation of 3rd down. You're not in good field position, and you got 1 yard to go. And now this is where earlier in the contest the Pirates of Braden River ran into difficulty picking up that first down. They got Morgan in the backfield, it looks like, with Desenar.
We saw Morgan play last week. He was playing with a cast on his hand. He ran really hard when he got in the game last week against Bayshore, carrying the ball with that cast on his hand. We'll see what they do here, and they're going to throw again. Desenar's going to throw. He had a hitch, but they ran a hitch and go. Oh, off his left hand. Pretty good ball. Quarterback's hit, and the helmet comes off again. He's having trouble keeping that helmet on. We're going to have a 4th and 1, but I'm thinking Braden River looks like they're considering going for it, except for the fact that their quarterback's helmet came off, and now he has to go out, so they'll probably punt rather than go for it with a backup quarterback. And Parrish is going to get the ball back with 8:29 left and a 13-0 lead here in the second quarter.
And Braden River's going to have to punt the ball to number 13, Chicano.
It looks like they're going to try to do it with 4 guys. There's a few more coming on there, trickling on the special teams unit for Braden River. I still don't think they have 11, but
I got them up to 9.
I think they got 10 now. They did their kickoff return with 10, so maybe they're just going to elect to go punt with 9. This could very easily get blocked, and when you only have 10 guys out there, and there's no gunner on this side. So I don't know what's going to happen here. They might be better off with a penalty. Snap gets off. How they didn't block that, I don't know. What a great job getting rid of it by Ben Jude. And the ball rolls dead and goes inside the 20. He gets a good roll down to the 17.
Nice kick by Ben Jude.
I mean, that was almost blocked and done with only 10 guys. So those are the kind of things, somebody's probably hurt that was on that unit, and they haven't gotten them replaced yet. And so you have to have somebody we always had somebody that was their job alone.
They had 2 people up there as up backs, and usually you have 1 or you have 3. So
2 is unusual.
They were probably missing one of those youngsters who needed to be there.
So Parrish comes back out 1st and 10 at their 20. I said he went inside the 20, went inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 27 with 8:15 remaining. 13-0 Parrish. They're going with trips out here to their boundary. Might throw a quick screen out there, and that's what they do. There's not enough defenders. There's only 2 defenders out there, and he's going to get 15 yards before contact, and then he gets a few more.
Ashton Fisher. Oh, no, number 11, Clarkin.
Yeah. Caden Clarkin, and you saw the trips out there. There was only 2 defenders over them, so you know that was an automatic call to throw it out there. And Clarkin runs hard and gets about 20 yards. Gets exactly 20 yards. Caught it. Did not get touched till about 13 yards and got about another 7 running over guys. And now Parrish will go with 2 out wide to the left in a stack formation and a tight end and a H-back to the right, and they're going to run the ball. And there goes Thomas, and he gets a good gain, cuts it back, stays on his feet, gain of 8.
That was one of the first inside run plays that we've seen by the Parrish Bulls, and it was a good run there by Thomas up the middle for 9 yards.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been a counter. The H-back on the right side went ahead to the left side. I didn't see if they pulled a guard with him, but it was some sort of an insert or a counter. And here they are with the trips again, and once again, there's only 2 defenders over the top of them, so I wouldn't be surprised if he throws the bubble out there to the left. And 2nd and 1. Nope, he's going to look back for right. He goes a sluggo, slant and go, looking for Tricano, and he kind of gave up on it. Ball might have been a little overthrown, but it looked like Tricano just gave up on it there. And they 2nd and 1 shot they took there. It was a little slant and go, sluggo to Tricano. Incomplete, so it's 3rd and 1. 6:53 left now in the 2nd quarter as we near halftime.
Tricano goes to the wide side of the field this time.
Very wide. Parrish will do that. They will split their receivers very wide and try to get you to bring defenders out of the box. And then they give it to Thomas and runner up the middle and gets a 1st down, gain of 3 or 4. They get to the 41. Thomas looks like he's not a big back, but I like the way he runs behind his pads. He's got good speed. It's not like the fastest ever you've ever seen, but he's got good speed and he runs behind his pads and looks like he has pretty good vision.
He's been averaging 5.5 yards a carry.
That'll do it, yeah. And the offensive line's been doing a good job too. Now they go with 2 backs in the backfield rolls, and he's going to roll to his left. And he's looking down the middle. Oh, he hit 10 right in the chest and he dropped it. Ashton Fisher could have had touchdown number 2 there. The safety jumped it and missed the ball. I think that might have distracted him a little. The ball got through there, and I think Ashton Fisher knows that was touchdown number 2 if he hangs on to it.
That's correct.
So we got 2nd and 10 now, 6:20 left.
Bryson Bowles does a nice job when he's looking out to his left-hand side or rolling a little bit to the left, and he had him out there.
As a lefty quarterback, you would expect that to be a little better that way. Yeah, he's done a good job, improved a lot from last year. He's rolling left again. He's got the hitch. He throws a little high, looking for number 3, Nathan Schuler. He motioned out wide. Nobody went with him, and then ran a little hitch out there, and it was wide open. And that time, what happened was, when he was rolling out, he didn't run at the receiver. He was running towards the sideline, throwing across his body, and the ball tends to sail when you do that, I think.
No, what happened that time was we said that he did a nice job rolling to the left and throwing the ball.
You said that. I didn't say that.
I put the announcer's jinx on.
You put the announcer's. This guy's never miss a putt. Never misses his putt. All right, so it's 3rd and 10. So now they're going to go 3rd and 10. They're going trips into the boundary Parrish here with 6:14 left in the 2nd quarter. Schuler in motion. They're going to throw inside to Fisher again. Nice catch. Good strong hands. Makes the catch. And he's taken down to the 25-yard line. They motioned Schuler out, widened the safety and the defense out a little bit more, and then threw back down the seam. A little curl route to Fisher, who was wide open, made a nice catch. Snagged the ball out of the air and got a couple yards afterwards. And now it's 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line, and we have our water break, which I don't think we had one in the first quarter, but here you see the replay. Good, really good protection. Nobody from Braden Rivers getting any penetration, which leads me to ask you this, Coach. Who's missing today?
Yeah, I haven't seen our defensive player of the season so far for the the Pirates, Mr. Freedom
McDaniel.
We
did it 3 weeks in a row now. Called him McNeil. Freedom McDaniel. He is
number 45. Doesn't seem to be part of the event today. The coaching staff mentioned that they were going to be a little bit shorthanded, and we had seen earlier in the game that they actually took their running back David Lewis and put him on defense where he had played last year.
Yep, and he's I think he's in there now. But we're not seeing that penetration that we saw from Freedom in the last 2 games that we did of Braden River. No pressure at all. So it's 1st and 10, and they're going to give to Thomas to the right, behind the line. Good patience, waits. Gets about 5 yards. The offensive line's really starting to get a push on that front from Braden River now and take control of this game. And it just looks like the Parrish offensive line is starting to wear down that Braden River defense.
Yeah, the Parrish offensive line goes 275, 250 by the center Fernandez, 255 by Lind. And then on the other side, you got 6'3", 275 Gerard and 280-pound tackle Caden Lee. So there's some good-sized young gentlemen up there that are moving some people away.
Yeah, they're looking good here. They're going trips into the boundary plus an H-back. And he's looking to throw, going to the corner, overthrows Tricano. Did I see a flag come out? I thought I saw something yellow flash. That might have been something in the crowd. Looked like he ran a little wheel route there out of that, out of the inside, or it was a stopping, like a double move. He took a shot at the end zone there. So it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Not a bad decision there on 2nd and 5 to try and go to the end zone quick and get another.
Yeah, he had a receiver
touchdown
there. That's the second one he's thrown on this drive that was a little high.
He's completed.
Bowles looked real good tonight, but
yes, he's had 2 touchdown passes already. Here they come out with that wide set again.
Yeah, he's going to have the slant back here to 13 if he wants it. He ran a hitch instead and holding the ball out and then getting tackled.
Takes it down to the 8-yard line.
8 or 7-yard line. 1st down, 1st and goal for the Parrish Bulls. Tricano comes out. Tricano's playing both ways, plays corner as well. So they got to pull him out and get him a break every once in a while.
First and goal.
1st and goal for Parrish at the 7-yard line. Now let's see if they'll let that big offensive line take over and give the ball to Thomas and pound it in there. Nope, it's an RPO, and they throw inside on a little slant.
Incomplete.
In route of some sort. Looked like a slant behind a seam route.
You said that coming into the game that there's a little bit of difference in offensive philosophy here tonight. We're seeing it as the passing of the teams of the Bulls is definitely dominating the offensive production.
Yeah, a lot more throwing than Bulls teams of the past that were more of a grinded out, play good defense. This time they give it to Thomas. He's hit, goes down about the 5.
Gain of about 4 for the junior running back, Jacoby Thomas.
So it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 5. We're down to 4:04. What I love about the running game, Coach, is the clock runs.
Yes,
those
sir.
incomplete passes stop the clock. So keep that clock moving, get the games going. So here we go. 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. They'll probably throw. They are. Voles is looking in the flat to Thomas. He beats him to the corner and dives over the cone. Touchdown. Parrish Bulls go up 19-0, awaiting an extra point try. They may try for two. They're going to go for two, I think, and try to make up the one they missed.
Number 32,
good decision there to check it down to the flat by Voles, and then Thomas just outruns the flat defender, dives over the pylon. They're going to go for two and try to make up the one they missed on the last extra point to get them back to 21. They ask for the ball on the right hash mark here. You have an option to take it anywhere between the hash marks on the extra point. Parrish elects to go to the right hash mark with the ball, and they go two wide receivers to the left and a tight end. And he rolls left, and a little rub play there. And he throws it in the back corner, and it's deflected and knocked down by Braden River. Good defensive play. So the Parrish Bulls are no good on the extra point. They're up 19-0 with 3:39 left in the half. We're going to take a break right now, and we'll be back right after this.
Voles is
Hey, we're back, and here's the kick. This is a short kick. A pooch comes down around the 20. He takes one big hop, taken by, I think it's Garvin, up the left sideline. Giovanni Garvin, number 9. Good return back to the, let's see where they're marking it. Looks like the 40-yard line. I don't understand the attempt at a pooch kick when you have a guy who just kicked it 7 yards deep in the end zone last time. But Garvin takes it back to the 39. And Braden River will have the ball on their left hash mark from the 39-yard line. 1st and 10 with 3:33 remaining in the first half. We've commented about we haven't seen Braden River be explosive and quick to score. So in their situation, this is like a 2-minute drill, a 3-minute and 33-second drill.
That's correct.
They don't tend to move at that quick of a pace. And they're having trouble getting personnel right here in formation. They might have to use that last timeout to get everybody right. They're in trips, and they're going to hand off to the left.
To Morgan on the carry, and he's met
Jaden
by
Morgan on the run. Nowhere to go there.
Marquis and Maxwell doing a good job of bringing him down, along with number 22 in there on the tackle, Wyatt Goodman.
And timeout called by Parrish there. They've got 3 timeouts left. I think they use one there. They're thinking they can get the ball back in pretty good field position here if they can get a quick 3 and out.
Quarterback Lou Desenar for the Pirates has had a nice night throwing the ball, 10 for 14 so far. The missing ingredient, though, from the previous games that we've seen is running back David Lewis, who, as we heard before the game, was under the weather and we did not know how much he'd be able to participate. And so the passing attack and the offensive attack is really falling on the shoulders of Desenar, who did a very nice job early in the game moving the ball down the field. But they ran into that situation where they got caught behind the chains and then things didn't work so well.
And they are behind the chains again now. 2nd and 11. And Parrish is thinking they can get the ball back and get it to 26 or nothing or 27-0 or, add on to that 19-0 lead here. It's 3:17 left in the second quarter.
Jaden Morgan is in there now again as their running back. And
Desenor at quarterback, and he's back, and he gets the ball out quick in the flats to Polson. And he goes up the sideline again, and he does a really good job catching the ball, Polson, and just getting upfield and getting positive yardage. Nothing fancy, just a steady receiver.
Very good hands receiver on that particular play.
Yeah. So nice gain there of about 8. So it's going to be 3rd and 2, a long 2, maybe 2.5.
That was a nice throw again by Desener.
Yep, good throw, early decision. Get it out. 3rd and 2 here.
He's forced out of bounds.
3:08 left.
Goodman.
Wyatt Goodman, another tackle on this drive. A little movement there from Exum on D line. Desenor gets it out quick on a hitch. And it looks like it's caught. We can't get a number over there. Quick throw to, looks like number 5 for Braden River.
Josh Salinas playing a little offense there. Yes, that's who it was.
Yeah,
Number
and we
5,
saw him
Salinas.
play a lot of defense. I think he's our leading tackler, but we hadn't seen him play much offense. And now with the illnesses and the injuries this time of year, you got to start, being multifaceted and moving people around.
That was another gain of 5 yards by Desenar.
Yep.
They're just
Good throw,
getting
good
5,
decision.
6 yards. And
At times, he's looked very efficient tonight. Like I said, much better than he looked last week. He's going to throw again. He's going to scramble here. Looking downfield, throws late, looking for Salinas, just out of his reach. And that's a situation maybe where a guy who doesn't normally play receiver, they don't have that chemistry. He's not, timing and used to throwing to him.
yeah, Josh Salinas, I believe, is a linebacker by trade, and now with
Forced into duty as a receiver, yeah.
Anquan Polanese went out early in the game as maybe like the first series and wasn't on the field. And now they're kind of fighting people that have at least practiced the position once or twice during the week.
Run a couple of plays. 2:55 left here. It's 2nd and 10 for Braden River. Right just across midfield at the Braden River, or at the Parrish 49-yard line. Braden River will take the snap. Desenor's back and throws out. The flat ball's tipped. Incomplete.
Dixon was the intended receiver, and it was just a little bit high there.
I think it might have been intended for Salinas, and Dixon jumped up and tipped it, but that's who touched it first was Dixon.
That was one of those more difficult situations where Desenar was being asked to roll out to his left to the wide side of the field and to hit one of the 2 receivers that were running out routes. And running to your left as a right-handed quarterback and throwing is a little more complicated.
So it's 3rd and 10 now, 2:51 left. So if Parrish can get a stop here, they're going to get the ball back with about 2.5 minutes left after the punt. Desenor's back, gets rid of it quick. It got Dixon, he's got a first down. And even though Parrish is winning, 19-0, Coach Lark has got to be just beside himself with these 3rd downs that he talked about before the game. You got to get off the field. 3rd and 11 there, 3rd and 13, 3rd and 12. We've seen like 3 or 4 of them tonight, Coach.
Yeah, Desenar really did a nice job again finding the open receiver and throwing it. Now they're going
He's
tempo.
back again. He's scrambling away.
There's
Exum
nobody
forces
out
him out of the
there
pocket.
at
He
all.
throws it away. Nobody out there. We might get a rough intentional grounding here. Looks like he's just saying 2nd down, the ref. So
Parrish Bulls were changing people at the start of that play, and the Pirates decided to go quick and try and get something going, but unfortunately for the Pirates, it backfired because big Caleb Exum at 6 foot, 300 pounds was making his way through the line of scrimmage and putting pressure on Desenar.
yeah, he thought he was being held. You can see him throw his hands up in the air. He might have been. The ref couldn't see it. He was on the other side of him, I think. He reminds me body type of Derek Calloway that we had at Manatee. He was 6 foot, 300 pounder with good feet, could move and strong. 2nd and 10. Desenor is going to throw. Incomplete. Looking for Dixon out in the flat there. Trey Dixon. With Polanese being out, because Dixon really has to step up into a role of being looked at more as the guy in the passing game.
Well, both quarterbacks have thrown the ball in double digits in this game.
It was 2:22 left. And now it's 3rd and 10.
And Desenar has done a good job on 3rd down, picking up first downs for the Pirates.
I'm not sure how long you can rely on hitting those 3rd and longs, though. He goes back to pass again. Pressure. He runs away from Exum, and he throws it away incomplete. There's nobody out there. That was just a throwaway. It's 4th down from the 32-yard line, it'd be a long 49-yard field goal. I don't see Braden River attempting that, so I think you're going to see a 4th down try here.
Caleb Exum entered the contest this year with his 3 sacks leading the Pirates. He had 8 pressures, and by my count, that gives him 3 more pressures this evening. So he is continuing to be a man that makes it very difficult for opposing offenses.
Yeah, he's a disruptor in there as a defensive lineman. The guy you got to really game plan, worry about all week, and then Parrish moves him around a little bit. He doesn't always play on the end. You said at nose guard. Sometimes you'll see him on the end. Desenor back on 4th down, throws to the flat. And he's hit. It's completed. No, it's incomplete. Incomplete. Like he hit Polson. The defender was right there in the flat. It hit him right as the ball got there. So it'll turn it over there with 2:07 left. So Parrish will get a 2-minute drill here, an actual 2-minute drill.
This is something that you practice all the time, and very seldom do you get a chance. So the offensive guys are chomping at the bit to try and move the ball and get the ball advanced and see if they can do it. 2-minute
It'll
drill.
be 67 yards away from the end zone with 2 minutes and 7 seconds. And in high school, of course, the first downs, the clock will stop until they set the chain. So you get basically an extra timeout every first down compared to the NFL game. So Schuler in motion, and Voles is back to throw. And he pumps, and he throws after that to Tricano. He pumped to Tricano, then threw it to him. And he gets exactly 10 yards and a first down. So like I said, the clock stops. And Parrish is going no huddle, hurry up. They get the chain set. There's 1:59 left when they start it, and they do. And Parrish is ready to go here with 1:58. And he's going to throw out the flats to number 3. And he makes the catch, Nathan Schuler, and gets out of bounds. It's a good 7-yard gain, and then stopping the clock with 1:48. So far, good execution in the 2-minute offense here. You either want to get out of bounds or get a first down, and they've done that on their 2 plays. And Voles will be throwing again here, I'm sure. And he throws down to the flat again. Schuler, same play. 7 yards again, catches it, gets out of bounds, first down.
By my calculations, I believe that Voles is now something like 12 for 17, 13 for 18 throwing the ball in the first half.
Yeah, he's looked very good tonight. He had a couple that got away high. Those won't hurt you. The underthrows will hurt you sometimes. Usually the overthrows, as long as they're to the outside like his were, they won't hurt you. You don't want to overthrow over the middle. Little safeties end up with interceptions, but his 2 throws were one to the end zone and one to the sideline that kind of got away from him. Everything else has been a pretty good throw. Parrish is going to use a timeout. There was a little confusion. The clock was stopped. You don't want to use a timeout with a clock stoppage, but when you have 3 and there's only 1:30 left, you'd rather do that than get a penalty or have somebody in the wrong place, right?
Wouldn't be surprised, they've thrown 2 little stop routes and gain of 7 yards each time to
little hitch and
their
go.
wide receiver, and it's probably setting up a hitch and go somewhere around the line here.
Yeah, eventually those corners will start jumping those routes, and they'll run by them. They tried it earlier with a slant and go, so I can see that. We'll see if we can get some scores here from around the town here. Manatee is up on IMG Junior National 7-0. Palmetto and Calvary Christian 0-0 in the second quarter. The First Academy is leading Venice 7-0. Riverview is up 19-0 on Northport in the first quarter. Lemon Bay 8-7 over North Fort Myers. And we're back to action here at Parrish High School. The Parrish Bulls in their 2-minute offense here, trying to get one more score before the half. Voles is back. He's looking. He's going deep for 13. Tricano. He's got him. Touchdown. Beautifully thrown ball. He threw that 55 yards in the air, right on the money. He caught it right at the goal line for a touchdown. He threw it. So far, the defense just gave up on it, it seemed like. As you can see here, Tricano keeps running this time, and the defenders kind of like pull up, and he runs underneath it and gets a touchdown. And Parrish goes up 25-0.
That's the 4th touchdown pass of the first half for
Voles.
Yep.
Yeah, he came into the game with 7 touchdowns, which is what he had the entire year last year. So now he's at 11. So well on his way to, I mean, we mentioned it, much greater emphasis in the passing game this year. But he's also reduced his interceptions greatly. There's the snap. The extra point is up. And it is good this time for Connor Samblas. So it's going to be 26-0 with 1:32 left. And now you start looking about that magic 35-0, 35-point margin that triggers the running clock. And you start going into halftime at 26-0. That starts becoming a possibility.
Yes, it does, because it doesn't look like the Pirates have enough firepower to get back there at the end of this half.
Those 2 missed extra points may be the difference between a running clock and no running clock for us. They may live to rue the day they missed those. Now the kick returners are back to the 10 this time. A little bit deeper than they were last time. And Samblas will kick off. And I tried a pooch kick last time. I was surprised. I would think he would just let him kick it into the end zone. It's a high kick. It's going to be taken at the right at the 10 or 9-yard line by Garvin. Takes it straight upfield to about the 25-yard line. 16-yard return for Garvin on the kick. So it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 25. Braden River will come out with 1:25 left and try to run their version of a 2-minute offense or a 1-minute and 25-second offense and see if they can get down and get a touchdown or maybe get down and close enough to let Esteban Benjude attempt a field goal. And Braden River comes out and they don't have a running back. They're waiting for a player now. Garvin comes in, and they're missing a receiver as well. Now the receiver comes in. So they're having all kinds of trouble with Braden River with the injuries and replacing guys, just to even getting 11 guys on the field. They just get blown up on a handoff there by Exum for a tackle for a loss. Another loss of 2.
Exum continuing to show his dominance in the middle there, as we talked about earlier in talking to some of the coaches and some of the administrators at Parrish Community.
He comes off the field, though. It looks like he's...
That he is a candidate for being recruited.
Being tended to by trainers, laying on the sideline with his helmet off now on the ground.
Taking his place now is number 97, the big defensive lineman, Ty Baker, sophomore.
Sophomore, played very well, has played well this year as a sophomore. And they slipped through the hole. Garvin's got a little gain, and he's going to be close to a first down. He's got it, first down, 12-yard run. That time they brought Markean Maxwell up the middle, and he was just in the wrong gap, so to speak, and they didn't get anybody over into the gap that was open. And good run by Garvin. Braden River shows a little life in the running game there. Clock is running down. They're content to just run out the clock here in this half. Down to 26 seconds. 23 as it counts down. So this will be the last play of the quarter, and I'm sure they're just going to hand it off, and they do, and they're hit in the backfield. No gain. Jair Speaks, number 9, I believe. Jair Speaks deep in the backfield for a loss of 3 or 4 yards. And that'll take us down to the end of the first half. So we come to the end of the first half. Parrish at home leading 26-0 over the Braden River Pirates. We're going to take a little break at halftime, let you watch some of the halftime entertainment, and we'll be back to bring you second half action right after this.
What did you just do? Oh, I see, okay.
film on these games, they were finding holes, they were getting the runners on, and they were scoring the runners. So if you stick to that plan, should be able to get some damage done.
Silence echoes remain. The red telescope has shown us that the light we see is as old as time, a symbol of color for every generation.
Drum major, is your band ready? Part of Parrish Marching Band, the field is yours for your special performance, Echoes of Light.
A single spark, a ripple in the dark, an echo that never fades. Frequency and amplitude as vast as the galaxy.
Yeah, I just want to get you off of auto if I can. But now the light won't change.
Oh, I see.
So we should be okay now. If we have to, we'll get you back on auto, but I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah, just tell me through the echo.
Yep. All right. Go up to camera 2.
was traumatic. You did get that. No, not for me. I mean, they looked so lonely sitting there, I could have just leave them.
Hey, go up to...
I take no responsibility for their quality.
Go up to fair field.
What? Fair
it's
enough.
dead. They can't do it. And I told him that.
What do you want me to do?
Then you came too and figured out what's happening. We have to get in to go.
What? So go to Camp 2 and
Go to Camp 2.
What?
I'm saying, what do you want me to do? Camp 2.
Dart's gonna play like that.
Game 2.
No, we're just gonna have 3 people serving ice cream.
Game 2. Just let me go. Just let me go. Go over there. Hey. Hey. Just go. Just tell him to excuse.
So I'm gonna stand up.
In Scotland, they deep fry everything.
Pizza, cheeseburgers, sticks of butter. Yeah. Then you wash it down with the iron brew, which is 87 grams of sugar for 1 soda. It's called iron brew, IRNBRU. It's a Scottish soda. It's like an orange soda, but it's so sweet it like burns the layer off your tongue.
That's why most Scots live in these.
The average age of a Scottish male is like 55.
Yeah, remember my friend Alistair? He's the one that told me that. He's like, most of my family dies at 55.
Have fun doing it.
Well, not hard. He was skinny as a rail. I saw a picture of him a few years ago. He's 300 pounds. I know. Damn, dude.
Why do I feel like Becky's about to get a deep fryer for Christmas? Don't say that too loud. I like chicken grits here. Well, it sounds like you need to be making deep fried Oreos.
I live right behind Krispy Kreme in college. Right behind. So if I always had to smell it all the time. Krispy Kreme, Whataburger, Subway, and Qdoba. 2-minute walk. Any direction.
Oh man, that first time you took me to get Whataburger, I got that toast that you dipped in the white gravy.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yum.
about.
I was like, I don't even care about this chicken right now. I want this toast
It's
in
the
the gravy.
toast. I know. It's ridiculous. It's just basically soggy Texas toast. It's perfect.
800 pounds of butter on
Whatever.
it, gravy.
Hey, if you're a Whataburger, you can't be thinking about calories.
Never surrender. West North Florida has it, like Gainesville,
There's one.
Oh.
There used to be one. It's a Texas thing. It was a West, out West. They're actually, I just read, they're going to start moving.
Welcome back, everybody, to Parrish High School. The Parrish Bulls looking dominant tonight against the Braden River Pirates. 26-0. Coach and Parrish's offense, led by Bryson Voles, just having their way with Braden River, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Bryson has had a tremendous first half. He's completed 14 out of 20 passes for 233 yards and 4 touchdowns. His main receiver tonight has been Brandon Chicano. He was the second leading receiver coming into the game. He has 2 touchdown passes, one of 34 yards, and then he had a longer one of about 55 yards. So they've been doing that, but they've also been gaining some yards on the ground tonight with Jacoby Thomas picking up 11 carries and accumulating 52 yards, and he caught one of those touchdown passes out of the backfield and scored on a 7-yard reception for the Parrish Bulls, who have been able to grind out 26 points in the first half and did an outstanding job of maintaining complete control of the game after the initial start by the Braden River Pirates, which was very, very good for the Pirates, but unfortunately they got into a situation where they had third down and long after having the ball for
34?
5 minutes of the contest. And
Oh my gosh,
tackled for a
literally
loss
beating
and
the
had to
crap
turn it over.
out of.
So we begin the second half of action.
Yeah, and Braden River, Parrish, really, the only negative you could say is they've had trouble getting off the field on third down.
No, he's reading
So
other
Whitman
school.
kicks a short kickoff for Braden River. It's taken by an up man for Parrish. Straight ahead, he'll get over the 40. That's number 34, Wyatt Whitman.
Kicking off. That
Kicking
was
off.
a new experience, too.
I think he did kickoffs in the Lakewood Ranch game. I don't remember him doing it in the Bayshore game. I believe his father played at Western
You
Kentucky
can sit here if you want to see like
with Matt Arcady.
Learn something new each and every time we get together.
I believe so. I'm not 100% on that. I wouldn't bet my life on it, but I believe he's the one. So Parrish will come out first and 10. They're going to go right to that wide trips bunch that they ran earlier. They threw, if they don't put 3 defenders out here, they've thrown a lot of bubbles out there. Let's see if they throw it out there right now to them, as they only have, and that's exactly what they do. And it's bounced. And
I know. Oh my God.
incomplete
What was
pass.
that?
He just didn't. It just got out of his hand. He didn't make a good throw there. The receiver had no chance. Luckily, it was Ford. It was a forward pass, not a backward pass, a lateral for a fumble. Just checking the score at Palmetto and Calvary as they went to half. Calvary attempted a 35-yard field goal. It was blocked by Palmetto to keep the game locked at 0-0. Manatee up 28-0 on IMG Junior Nationals, the number 2 team. They give to Thomas up the middle, breaks the tackle, and gets about 6 yards. We'll give him 5.
It's about what he's been averaging tonight and averaging on the unit. He's been at 5.5 yards a carry and picks up 5 or 6 on that carry. Sets up a 2nd and 5 for the Bulls. It's 3rd and 5. Good receiver in the game for the Bulls was Rivera, number 81.
Yeah, Turcano out with, looks like he having an equipment issue after that play.
No, they can't.
Exposed knees. And they give to, I don't know if that's Thomas. I think, no, Thomas is out. Looked like a single digit. Didn't get the number. Oh, number 18, I believe.
I think you are correct.
Chris Larson.
He remains in the backfield.
So Coach Clark getting some other players in the game already here to start one. They give it to Larson. He makes a nice cut. Good run. Nice gain. He's slammed down, but not after a 4-yard gain for a first down.
Tackle made there by Jaden Moore, 14 for the Pirates.
That was a good little run there. It looked like it was bottled up, and he made a nice quick cut. Did not lose, gained ground while he made the cut. Got the first down. Didn't run laterally. So it's the Parrish Bulls 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line of Braden River. And the clock is running here in the 3rd quarter with 10 minutes left. Parrish is way out in front. There's a little counter coming back, and then Thomas bounces it outside. He's got a big gain. He's down to about the 26-yard line. Be a gain of 20 for Thomas. They're going to mark him at the 27, so it'll be a 19-yard gain. Good little counter there, and you can see the pulling lineman and the H-back leading him up in there. We're not going to say the H-back's name, number 88. We'll give it a try, Brendan T. That's what Coach told us to call him. Taikiengo is the last name. He motions out into a slot, and they give to Thomas up the middle. He has a good hole there, and he breaks a tackle, and he's going to get about 10 more yards. He was following Evan Johnson up in the hole of the H-back there. Parrish has an 88 and an 8 out there playing tight end H-back type position, so gets a little confusion. Evan Johnson's a lot easier to pronounce than Taikiengo, though. And they go back to the wide trips bunch out on the numbers here. And he's got one-on-one back on the backside. So look for that slant on that backside there.
I do not know.
And he pulls it, and he throws the slant on the backside, and he can't hang on, Tricano. And they're going to call a late hit on that, I think. I don't know what that flag was. The ball was touched. Couldn't be interference. But we'll see what the call is here for the white hat. They're going to call personal foul on Braden River. I didn't really see anything. Coach, did you see anything that looked like a...
No, I did not.
That was an unusual call. Yeah, you could see Volz saw they had the one-on-one coverage out there. He was signaling to Tricano right away, and you knew he had that slant, the inside leverage there on that. The corner that was out over the top of him, and ball was a little high. Tricano couldn't hold on. They didn't get the penalty call. They haven't moved the sticks, though, and it's 2nd and 2. I have no idea what's going on here. And looks like they...
Thomas in the carry, but he's met by
Is that Thomas, or did they put Chris Larson back in? That was Larson back in 18. Thomas is coming in now. I have no idea what happened on the penalty call, Coach. It would have been a first down, and they signaled a penalty. The referee signaled a personal foul to the press box, but then they never moved the sticks, and they never changed the down marker. And now they're saying it's 3rd and 3. I don't understand what's going on here. This happened last year at a game at Parrish we did. Dr. Skip Wilhoit and I were doing. We couldn't understand the call and got no explanation. Here's Thomas in the middle, cutting, running hard. He's going to have a first down to about the 2, so I guess it won't matter. Still would like to hear the explanation on that, though. The clock is running at 8:41 now. And we mentioned the running clock, which really hurries the game up. That won't take place to 35 points. And this touchdown will not get him to that. Bowles gives it to Thomas, and he's in. Inside zone, big hole. The left side of the offensive line really firing off the ball there. That's Caden Lee, Mason Land, Fernandez the center, just washing everybody down. Thomas just cut it back behind them, and there was a big hole there.
That's the second touchdown tonight for Thomas. He scored his first one on a 7-yard pass reception from Bowles, and now he gets a second one on about a 3-yard run for a score.
Watch this.
Bowles is the holder here on the extra point. Connor Sambis kicks it through, and it's good. It is now 33-0 Parrish with 8:27 left in the 3rd quarter. And we were afraid this might happen. I know they say you can't look at a comparative scores, but Parrish beat Bayshore 40-0, and Bayshore put a running clock on Braden River. So you had to know that Braden River was behind the 8 ball to begin with, and then you add in injuries and sickness, and this is what happens.
It was nice at the beginning of the contest to see the fight in the Pirates, despite being down numerous starters due to those injuries and sickness, come out and march the ball down the field with about 5 first downs, gaining 50 yards on their first drive. But as I said earlier, they got to the position where they were behind the sticks and couldn't complete the necessary pass to pick up a first down and turn it over, and it's kind of been all Parrish Bulls since then.
Samblers kicks it off deep, and it's going to go back, come down at the 1 and go in the end zone as a touchback. That's why I don't like putting my kick returners up on the 10. If you're back by the goal line, you can catch that and return it, but they may be content with the ball at the 20. Yeah, you mentioned that first drive. I think Braden River looked the most efficient, the best we've seen them in the 3 games we've done now, 3 weeks in a row on that first drive. And if that's something they can build off of moving forward. We mentioned last week they've already equaled the number of wins last year. They'll have some more winnable games coming up, I'm sure. This game, I think everybody knew was going to be a tough one for them.
Yeah, and that first drive, Des and I had completed like 6 out of 7 passes. He hit a variety of receivers, and he was quick on his decision-making process, and then things just kind of went going south since then.
And he's rolling out to the right here, and pumps, and he's directing, and he's going to go out of bounds for a 5-yard loss. That's not a good decision there. You have a receiver standing on the sideline, you need to throw it over his head and save the 5 yards. Following this game next week, Braden River has Northport, and that could be a winnable game. Then they have a big district game with Pinellas Park, who lost to Bayshore, so that's a game they should be able to compete in. After that, they'll probably have their hands full with Southeast and Manatee, and then they finish up with George Jenkins. So that's a Braden River's future, looks like. Parrish, on the other hand, they go to Winter Haven next, and then we'll have an easy win with Gateway, and then a big, big, important district match with Leonard, which will be here at Parrish High School when they play Leonard, the Longhorns, who's part of that district with Parrish and Palmetto. Desnor is looking to the right side, going deep down the sideline, and it's incomplete.
I believe the referees on the Parrish side just allowed the young man that was the wide receiver for the Pirates to just line up playing D in motion, and he was never set before the snap of the football, but they just let that penalty ride in the second half with the score situated the way it is at 32-0 in favor of the Bulls.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Clark actually is down to the end of the box there. Might have had something to say about that. Desnor back, pressure, throws out sideline, incomplete, and Braden River's in. Well, I mean, they're in that territory now where you're throwing every down, it's stopping the clock, and they're going to turn the ball over quick and give Parrish the ball back on their side of the field. And a very tired defense and punt coverage team going down there. I would not be shocked to see this return for a touchdown here by Chicano. As Braden River struggles, guys on the field. We saw them punt earlier with 10 and almost have it blocked. We'll see if they have that straightened out.
They don't have a gunner out here again.
No, it's like they got 10 again. They're still only going with 10, I believe. And that's not good. I don't see something positive happening here for Braden River. They go long snap count. They're holding, trying to draw Parrish off sides, and Parrish is flinching. And I don't know, they're just standing there like statues, letting the clock run down. And the clock's not running, so I don't understand what's going on here. And now the 11th man is coming on.
A waiting game?
Well, they.
Last person on the field.
Wow.
Quite a few seconds that they might have been able to run.
I think they.
Man on the field, but they opted to just take the penalty.
I think they were over there frantically trying to find the 11th man, and that is the gunner on this side that they have not had the last 2 times. So now they'll do it with 11. But I still have a feeling as tired and defeated as the Braden River looks like, there's a good chance this could be offsides on Parrish. Maxwell's trying to time it up. He went when the arm swing went by the back man, but the ball hadn't been snapped yet. And he's offside, so he'll get that 5 yards back. The delay game doesn't hurt him.
Interesting ploy by the Pirates on the series of events.
And we'll try for a 3rd time to get off the 4th and 12 punt. There's a good view from the end zone. Dracano back at his 50. Probably will not be kicked that far, I would think. And there's a good kick. It is kicked that far, almost. 48. One big hop. Dracano takes it. Comes up the right sideline. He just goes out of bounds. Good coverage. Great kick by Ben-Jude. Esteban Ben-Jude. And good coverage by Braden River. And Parrish will start, though, in Braden River territory at the 43-yard line after a 5-yard return by Tricano. 44-yard line. With 7:55 left in the 3rd quarter, this score would put it into the running clock mode.
33-0 at the present time.
Yes, 33-0.
Knowles is in, and his partner in the backfield is now Whitman, number 18. Christopher Larson. Larson's the running back this time.
Yeah, we saw him a little earlier last drive. Ran well, relieving Thomas, who's done a lot tonight.
All right, me too. Sorry.
I think you're starting to see, like I said, some substitutions going in. They got the trips out to the left. You may see the bubble out there again. They don't think that Braden Rivers honoring it, but it comes down to the hitch now on this end. And it's complete to number 81. We haven't seen him play yet today. Or if he was, we didn't see him. Jose Rivera, the 11th grader, with a catch. So the Bulls are getting some guys in and getting the ball in the hands of some guys who haven't had it. And that's important to do. I think, when you get to a district game later here, you don't know who's going to get hurt, who's going to cramp up, and you got to have depth. And the way you get depth is by getting guys in the game when it's 33-0 and running your offense. That's what they're doing with Larson here. And he gets about 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 1.
I kind of miss Ben already.
Who is that?
I'm amazed at so many teams that we see do not substitute at all. We'll go 7 or 8 games with no other quarterback taking a snap, and then when the quarterback does go down, the team is lost. You got to get guy. If I was Parrish, I'd be probably going with somebody else at quarterback next series just to get somebody else some reps.
Larson's a junior running back, but this time Thomas is in.
And Thomas goes to the right. He bounces it outside. Big gain. He's going to take it down and finish the run down to the 12-yard line. Looks like they're going to mark him out at the 13 for a 1st and 10 at the 13 for Parrish. 6:32 left in the 3rd quarter. Good job by that Parrish offensive line there. We mentioned it earlier. Just basically imposing their will on the Braden River defense, an undermanned Braden River defense. You've got David Lewis out there sick, trying to play. No freedom. McDaniel was they're one of their top defensive players. So they're really undermanned, and they're really they're giving their best, but you can tell they just don't have the firepower right now. And then Voles looks to throw, and he's hit in the backfield. He finally gets some pressure.
Tackle made there behind the line of scrimmage by number 12.
Zachariah Al-Nadi, defensive end. Coming in there, and they got some penetration, some pressure there, and pushed Parrish back a bit. And it's going to be 2nd and 16, or 15.
Take one photo on who?
The Bulls have been tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's really the first pressure on Voles at all, that sack there. And they're going to turn around and give it to they're going to give it to Larson. Oh, a good move, makes a cut. Goes down the sideline, finishes the run strong down looks like he's going to have the 1st down. He's down to the 13. It should be close. They'll look and see where they mark it. And their 1st down is going to be 1st and goal. 1st and goal for the Parrish Bulls. Chris Larson, nice run, running to the right. Made a nice cut back inside. You can see it right here, inside the defender, Lewis. And then he finishes the run, gets another yard at the end of the run as he's going out of bounds. And we got the 6-minute water break here, and this may be the last time the clock stops, Coach.
Yes, it is. They score again. Keep moving except when there's touchdowns or an injury.
Right. So we may see a lot of quick movement here after of the clock after this next play or two. I guess if they threw an incomplete pass here, that would stop it as well.
All right, you're shaking the camera, Dave. 1st down.
So the Bulls up 33-0, trying to get the running clock here. And,
hey, 1st down, Bulls!
Go!
Yeah, and I would look for them to do it at quarterback too. I don't know if they will. I know I definitely would after this possession. Cut back by Larson, touchdown. Looked just like Thomas. They ran the same play last possession, inside zone on the left side, cutting back to the left side behind the big left side of the offensive line. Caden Lee and Mason Lynn blocking down over there, and if the starters are still in there, yep. And Braden River just does not have an answer for that right now. Not with the injuries and the illnesses. They're going to go for the extra point here. It looks like somebody's banged up. It's 88, Brendan Taikiengo. Brendan T. He got nicked up on that, so they got to get a sub in there for him. And they do. As Connor Samblis will attempt the extra point. Vols holes. It's kicked, is up, and it's good.
Snapping the ball there for
The extra point is good by number 46,
Oh, okay. Frank Post. Yeah. Yep. There's a junior that was not aware Frank Post's son was the long snapper. That's good. Coach's son. Playing a really important role on a team. A long snapper that often goes overlooked. Can really, I mean, I've seen some good teams whose seasons are ruined by not having a long snapper. And in high school, sometimes you just won't have one. It's not like the NFL. You can't go out and pick one up off the waiver wire. Although nowadays in high school, you kind of can with the transfers. We talked about both coaches' staffs about that before the game, and no coach really enjoys it. I guess they enjoy getting transfers. They don't enjoy losing them. And just the disruption throughout the season when that happens. Now that kids are allowed to transfer in season. So Samblis kicks a short high kick this time to Garvin at the 12. He comes up the left side and takes it out to about the 26.
brought down there by number 14, Patrick Robinson, the junior defensive back, starting defensive back for the third close. We were talking about the we actually gave them a player for special teams to the long snapper.
Yes. It is vital to have that. And, I mean, guys get scholarships and guys make a living just doing that, nothing else, being a long snapper, if you're good at it. Yeah, it's moving quick now. Now it doesn't matter. Oh, and Exum jumps off sides and knocks the center backwards for Braden River. It's going to be 5 yards.
He's 6'3", 300 pounds worth of takeoff, setting to the center back. In other games that I watched the Bulls playing, Exum was playing on different places, but it seems to be right over the center.
Yep. Desenor is throwing out in the flat. Oh, that was almost a pick six there. That was number 2. Alex Eldridge breaking underneath that, and luckily the ball was thrown too wide for anybody because he was covered, and that could have been a pick six. Yep. Throw that a lot, yeah. In the third quarter, Palmetto has scored. They've gone up 7-0 on Calvary Christian. We saw them at halftime block a field goal right before the half. Manatee still up 28-0. Riverview up 41-0, much like this game here. They got a running clock. Desenor throws into a tight window, gets completion about the sticks. It's going to be close to a first down, and there's a pile. I can't see who the receiver is. Looks like 4, Polson. Yeah, we mentioned he's a very steady receiver. First Academy beating Venice 21-0 down in Venice. That's a surprise for a lot of people. And Parrish jumps again.
Oh my God! Do it again!
All for your right now. The game will be over in 12 minutes. Students, call for your right now. The game
Southeast up 44-0 over Cypress Creek, which is an independent school in the Orlando area, in the second quarter. So they will have a running clock. So at least they have a long drive home, but at least the game won't last long. Desenor's back, rolling out, throws, looks for number 5. off of his hands. Josh Salinas, the linebacker, playing wide receiver, forced into wide receiver duty. Booker up 21-14 over Naples Lely in the second quarter. And we should be out of here pretty quick, Coach. And we're going to go to the fourth quarter here. It's going to be third down. Or second down, I'm sorry, I think.
We would like to thank some of our sponsors for supporting our athletes here at Parrish Junior High School. Pat Dawson, College of Florida, Blue Orthopedics.
Braden River has the ball at their own 43. It's going to be 2nd and 5, 2nd and 4. It'll be 2nd and 4 here from their 43-yard line. Desnor at quarterback. He's back. He gets rid of the ball quick, going outside. He's got a guy open. And, yeah, he made the catch there for a first down to about the 25-yard line. I thought maybe he was going to just stay on his feet and score on that. Corner didn't get the whiff out there. And Desnor dropped it in on his outside shoulder. Really nice throw there.
35-yard completion, doing what you need to do in that route, which at times earlier in these last couple of games he hadn't.
Throw the ball to the outside, yeah. We saw him 2 weeks ago leave a ball inside when a guy was open, and the defender was able to recover and break it up. Yeah, and I've seen a lot of improvement out of Desnor tonight from the last 2 weeks. And he's going to throw again. He's the same guy. He's got him open down the sideline. He catches it, and he goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it a catch at 1st and goal at the 5. And that's just back-to-back blown coverages on the same play there by Parrish. .14 pushes him out of bounds. That's Patrick Robinson made the tackle. Yeah. Not a situation, but
no, where they're substituting.
Substituting, and then Desnor throws over the middle. Oh, good throw. It's incomplete, but Polson had it. It was in his chest, and Desnor really put some velocity on that ball and fired it in there. And Polson, you can see him holding his head. He wishes he had that one back. And we got a downed Braden River Pirate over there on in the left sideline, towards the left sideline. That will stop the clock.
And that's something they don't need.
No, that's losing another player is not. They're already struggling to get guys on the field.
Looks like they might have a cramp situation going on over there from the.
Well, let's hope it's just that. And you can see if you look at the bench over here at Braden River, and there's not a lot of guys to put in.
And we heard coming into the game and talking to some of the Braden River staff that they were definitely going to be undermanned in this contest tonight due to an illness that has gone through the team and a number of injuries that they had. And probably the most significant one is the fact that David Lewis, the running back, did not perform tonight. He had been ill, as we were told, and last week he carried the ball 15 times for 150 yards for the Pirates, and that would have been a great asset to their performance at a couple of times this evening where they had 3rd and short yardage, especially that opening drive, and might have been able to keep the ball a little bit longer and make a dent into that end zone for the Pirates.
So it'll be 2nd and goal from the 5 after the incomplete pass. Really good throw by Desnor. And it just they're like in throw every down. Oh, we got movement on Braden River that time.
Yeah, I think one of the linebackers bluffed his way that he was coming in, and the sudden appearance by the bull in the attacking the A gap, one of the linemen flinched and was offsides.
And yet the left wide receiver also moved, I believe, out there in the far side of the field. So it's 2nd and goal now from the 10. I was saying Braden Rivers in throw every down mode, it appears. And there's a bad snap, and he falls on it. No, it's loose. Parrish has it. Parrish has the ball. It's going to be Parrish ball. They'll maintain the shutout. That's going to be big for their defense.
This is about the same time 2 weeks ago when the Pirates started having that experience of the bad snaps.
Yes.
The ball was
Number 30, Connor Post. Connor Post goes in and gets the fumble.
Big turnover there now. If I'm not mistaken, that was the first turnover of this game for the Pirates as compared to the 5 that they had last week. So his coach Jason Grain tries to find some silver lining in a rather dark cloud tonight. That might be one of them.
Yeah, that and I think the performance of Desenor
no doubt about that.
has looked improved, has looked better tonight. And no gain there. Looks like number 33 in now at running back for Parrish. Michael Crutchfield, as we said, getting some other guys in there. Okay, I didn't see who's at quarterback.
Quarterback is number 17. Appears to be number 17, Thomas Seymour.
Okay,
He is a junior. 6 foot, 160 pounds.
That is a very good decision to get your starter out in this situation. We saw Bayshore last week. Felt like they had to leave their starter in because their backup was hurt, and Braden River actually roughed the passer a couple of times while the running clock was going on, and you'd hate to lose your starter in that situation.
Seymour came to the sideline to get the play call from Coach Varnador.
I didn't notice Vols doing that, so maybe Seymour doesn't get the reps and doesn't have the acumen on the signals to call it that way as he comes to the sideline again to get the play. And I'm sure in this situation, Coach Varner wants to use up all the time between every play anyway, so it's not that big of a deal.
And not only that, it's comforting to the second string quarterback to
Talk
come
to the
over
coach.
and take a little bit of time, and you could give him a little TLC over here and tell him exactly what he wants done.
Maybe a quick coaching point.
Exactly. In the NFL, they get those through the headset into the quarterback's helmet.
Oh, that would have been nice to have had that in high school, wouldn't it?
Thanks.
To be able to talk to the quarterback up to the 15-second mark. You didn't have that luxury. 3rd and 8, and they give off again.
The only problem
Crutchfield.
The only problem with the NFL, and that is that they spend about those first 25 seconds of that running out the name of the play. Got so many words and terms
That's
for
true.
the formation, movement.
So Parrish, wisely, I believe, runs the ball 3 times with their backups.
Michael Crutchfield on those 3 carries.
Now, they do have their starters coming back in for punt team. A lot of teams don't have a full second 11 on punt, so you have to use some of your starters on punt, even in a blowout.
Back there is Connor Samblis. Might this be his first punt
This
of
is
the
his,
evening?
I believe it's his first punt of the evening.
Been averaging 32 yards a kick.
We've been seeing him kick a lot. A lot of kicks. We haven't seen any
Seems
punts.
to have a
Snap
nice
a little
leg.
high.
Connor posts.
Gets away a line drive. He's going to get bounced. Gets a big high bounce, and it's going to roll. He's going to get a good roll. Once again, 15-yard roll, coach. We say it every week. You got to catch the punts, and we watch week after week after week high school kids let the ball bounce and roll 15 or 20 yards.
That is probably one of the most consistent things that you see in high school football is the inability to catch the kicks.
One year, Jim Phelan, former assistant of yours and of at Manatee, in the offseason went through all the punts that we didn't catch, and it turned out to be 61 first downs in the course of a season. And at that time, I think it was 14 games, but of balls that hit the ground ended up costing us 61 first downs. So,
hidden yardage.
Yes, hidden yardage. Like instead of getting the ball at the 50, if they fair catch that, catch it at the 50, you're now at the 35, and you got to get another first down and run another 2 plays. They didn't have 11 yards. They're trying to go to the flats there, and Polson again. It's been a good play for him. It was open that time, and Desanora was a little high and off the mark with that one. We're going to keep an eye on the snaps here. We said we saw that 2-3 weeks ago where he started having trouble with the snaps late in the game.
And we didn't see who got injured down there either when the Pirates had that player down, and it could be
true.
a new
who knows?
snapper in there, which is what we thought happened 2 weeks ago against.
It looks like, I can't see the number. It was 72 earlier snapping for Braden River.
It is 72.
Okay, so he's still in there. Jackson
now look
Perkins.
who's the running back. Now David Lewis is in there.
All right, David Lewis is in there, and he gets the ball, and he's hit right away. And he goes down after no gain.
And he got spun around nasty.
Yeah, with the leg underneath the defender, it looked like. That's a dangerous one. Looks like he's up, though.
They're going to take him out of that probably and bring in number 25 to take over the running back. Or 26, it's probably Jaden Morgan.
Yeah, it is Jaden Morgan. He with the big cast on his hand. I don't know how he's hanging onto the ball, but he's doing it. 3rd and 9. You'll see Desnore's probably going to throw here. Oh, nice throw. He hits him on a slant or a skinny post. He breaks a tackle and he goes. He's going to go all the way for a touchdown. That's number 7, Trey Dixon. Nice throw by Desanor on a skinny post to hit Dixon for a 63-yard home, 64-yard touchdown. 68. Oh, sorry, it was 68, I think. 68-yard touchdown pass. Well, and you can see they have some backups in on defense for Parrish, but hey, as a coach sometimes that's a good chance to show them why they're backups. You can put the film on and say, everybody thinks they should get more playing time, and sometimes you got to let them play and say, look, you're not quite there yet, and this can happen. It's not going to cost you the game. I know everyone wants to get a shutout, but you're getting guys some experience that you might need later next year or later on this year if you have an injury. So Braden River's going to go for 2 here with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in the game. So they adjust their formation here. Desanor is going to throw. He goes back, throws over the middle, and it's dropped. Might have been broken up by a defender.
And now Morgan is down.
He looks like he's cramping. Yeah.
He's going to get up on his own.
Yeah, calf cramp it looked like there.
Well, again, we've had a continuous trend tonight of looking for things coming out of the game for the Braden River Pirates, who are down 40-6 with a minute to go in the contest. The play of quarterback Lou Desanar was much better tonight than it has been the last couple of weeks. Last week he had 2 pass interceptions and 1 for a pick 6. Today he was very, very accurate. First half he was 11 for 21. He's now thrown a touchdown pass tonight of 63 yards. So those are going to be some of the things for the Braden River Pirate coaching staff to hang their hat on.
Yeah, if Desanor can play at this level going forward, I think they can beat Northport, especially if they start getting some guys back. We know they have a transfer that maybe get eligible. In addition to the guys that were sick, they could beat Pinellas Park if he plays well. So they got some games coming up, and that's a district game for them. They got some games coming up that are winnable. That would double their win total from last year if they win those 2 games. And then they finish with George Jenkins, which is a winnable game for them. So I could very easily see them, if they get a few breaks, going 5-5, which after 2 wins last year would be a huge improvement. And
yes, it would. They all knew coming into this contest that they were going to be down a couple players, and when you're down a running back that gained 150 yards in the game before, that's a tough order to find somebody to fill those shoes.
Whitman hits a high kick down to the 20, and it's taken straight ahead. Couldn't get the number on there. We'll see who it is when they come out of the pile. It's number 3 for Parrish on the kickoff return there, Nathan Schuler. And he had a nice return, got about 15 yards out to the 35. So the game is over. We're down to 10 seconds. The clock is running down. The Parrish Bulls, 40-6 winners over the Braden River Pirates. For Paul Meckley, I'm Chris Cowboy. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you next time.